That's how he gets here. All right, we got feedback coming in. You also are hearing something about Lions training camp that we should make people aware of.
Yeah, there could be some drama that we have not had since Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell have been here.
Boy, an exclusive from John Jansen. It's next, 97.1.
Hey, if you're thinking about a new truck this month, I'm going to give you some reasons why I think a Ram truck should be right there at the top of the list. Number one, Ram truck lease deals at every Metro Detroit Ram dealer are phenomenal right now. I've seen the Ram side by side with other trucks. I've driven a Ram. I'm driving one right now. And for power, not much of a comparison. You could choose from Ram's legendary 5.7 Hemi V8, or if you want the Hurricane engine, you could choose from two of them. The 420 horsepower version, that's the one I chose, or you got the high output 540 horsepower Hurricane. Why would you trust any full-size pickup at any price with only a 4-cylinder engine? Try passing, try towing, try playing. It's not going to happen. Plus, the full-size Ram 1500 is built right here in Sterling Heights. Ram has a 5-link coil suspension. All it's going to take is one test drive, and you're going to feel how much smoother a Ram is. And for comfort, just go sit in a Ram, and I just know you're going to feel the difference. Right now, the lease payments on a new Ram truck at every Metro Detroit Ram dealer are phenomenal. So are their financing offers for well-qualified buyers. All you got to do is pull into your Metro Detroit Ram dealer today and tell them I sent you.
We got text coming in about how your day was impacted yesterday, any adjustments, disruptions, also some feedback on the drop tournament. But before we do any of that, John, you are hearing something.
Yes. I'm hearing some grumblings. I'm hearing some sources inside that are questioning whether or not Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be a hold out. I'm not sure how he's going to do it, but waiting for that new contract. If it doesn't happen by the start of training camp, Jahmyr Gibbs may not be a participant at the start of camp, which is just something that hasn't happened in the Holmes-Campbell era. Now, I don't know what discussions are going on behind the scenes in regards to, hey, we're working on this. Our goal is to get it done before camp. Our goal is to get it done before first preseason game, first regular season game. I don't know what those conversations are, but if one's not done, there may be a situation. We've seen this throughout the NFL where guys are not participating. They're there, and I think actually Alex Anzalone did this.
Yes.
So it is something, just not on the level of a Jahmyr Gibbs. And Jahmyr Gibbs has a lot of leverage right now. So do the Lions. Because the Lions don't have to do it because they have the fifth-year option. It's a running back. What are they deciding? Their history, which is the history since they've been here, is that they get Aiden Hutchinson done. They get Aleem McNeil done. They get Jack Campbell done. He's the most recent one. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penei Sewell. So that's why I think Jahmyr Gibbs is looking at going, well, okay, I'm next.
Yeah. On some level, I do find it surprising they haven't gotten a deal done with him yet, knowing their MO. But I'm happy they haven't. Right. We've talked about this. You don't have to rush out and pay a running back before he gets 400 touches this year. He's going to be a feature back. They've said that, right? Bell cow, I think, was the phrasing from Dan Campbell. He's got 2 years left on his deal. I'm not in a hurry to make an expensive commitment to him right now. And in terms of if he holds out, John, I'll take it a step further. I don't need to see him in the practice in the preseason. I welcome a Jahmyr Gibbs holdout. Let's put him in bubble wrap and make sure he's ready to go against the Saints. This isn't a bad thing if he holds out.
I don't disagree, but I do. Okay. And so I don't disagree because, yes, I want him healthy when the season starts. New offensive coordinator, new offensive line, a lot of new parts in this, and there is rhythm. The offensive line, Blake Miller, Cade Mays, those guys need to understand what it's like to block for Jahmyr Gibbs. You can see him on film, but until you call a play and then you see how the defense reacts and how you need to block it for Jahmyr Gibbs, there's a difference.
Sure.
Now all of a sudden you're trying to learn that in the opening week. Okay, against the Saints, I don't care. But when you go against the Bills, you better have all that ironed out.
Yeah, because it's 10 days into the season.
And when you ship out David Montgomery, and when you make the statement of he's going to be our bell cow, now all of a sudden any running back worth his salt, and Jahmyr Gibbs is worth a lot of salt, is going to sit there and say, well, hey, you know what risks we're taking.
Yep.
You know how the length of a running back's prime, he wants to get paid now.
Security.
And maybe that compromise is in a shorter new contract.
Maybe. There's also the staring contest. You got Bijan in Atlanta. Same draft class, same situation.
I don't feel like that is any holdup for the Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to wait until Bijan does this, and then I'm going to sign because I want to sign for a little bit more than he does. I don't believe that's a part of it. I think for Jahmyr Gibbs, he just wants to be paid. He wants to be guaranteed, and he wants it now.
Couple quick texts. Kenny's Make the Winged Wheel Great Again and Rieger's Chew It and Do It were the top two by far. Shame neither one. I think Rieger did some self-scout and said Chew It and Do It was just a soft one seed.
Oh.
That was its issue. On the air quality, we climbed trees for power lines. Toughen up. Smoke wasn't that bad. Spent 4 hours cutting the grass. Eyes were a bit itchy. No other issues. Adapt and overcome.
There you
Tim
go.
and Goodrich.
Love it.
John is a hillbilly for saying so to having the worst air quality in the world. Nah, breathing horrible air is not good. Don't be tough about it. It says, it is wood burning, though, not like a chemical fire or anything.
Yeah, I mean, it honestly, what it smelled like and felt like, Jim, I wouldn't expect you to understand this. Maybe, Tom, you would. It's like being at a campground at about 9:30 at night where everybody around you they got a campfire going, and there's a little bit of a haze that, lingers at the top of the trees, maybe just underneath the trees, and I kind of enjoyed it all day. Felt like I was camping again.
I wasn't quite that far. It got annoying at times. I just thought if you had plans that, depending on those plans, you make an individual decision on if you want to follow through with it or not.
No one's saying
I
that
didn't
you
want to
should
be
have been
outside constantly yesterday, but it didn't disrupt my day at the same time. It was a nuisance.
Yeah, I'm not suggesting they should have corralled everybody and forced everybody inside. You're free to make whatever choice you want. I just thought it'd be an odd choice to have the worst air quality in the world and say, I'm going to continue on like nothing's going on.
To each their own.
Yeah.
I said it, John. Sorry.
Let's get to Heather with the news.
All right, you guys, let's continue talking about, now I'm not going to talk about the air quality yet. I will get to that later. Okay. But let's talk about the poop parasite that just doesn't go away,
perfect.
Right? So the number of people with confirmed cases of this cyclosporiasis in Michigan jumped to 4,312 as of Thursday morning.
The number at least feels like it's slowing down.
Well, that's
not rising as quickly.
Just over 1,000 cases from Tuesday. I mean, which is, to me, it's still jumping quite rapidly.
Sure, okay.
But it's increasing. That's for sure. Yeah, whatever. Tomato. Look at it however you'd like.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to have lettuce anyway, so I'm not at risk.
102 people have been hospitalized because of the symptoms they've suffered from this. Now, obviously, as cases climb, a lot of people are carefully considering what food they should be eating, and that's especially true when it comes to fresh produce, which obviously can be contaminated with the parasite that causes this condition, explosive diarrhea. And we also are learning that the FDA issued an urgent update to its investigation of this outbreak, warning people in 5 states to avoid eating lettuce from Taco Bell restaurant. So Taco Bell is really coming under the fire here. They say customers should avoid eating shredded iceberg lettuce from Mexico at Taco Bell locations in Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Ohio, and West Virginia. So they basically say that they have kind of pinpointed a single supplier of iceberg lettuce, like I said, from Mexico that is used by these locations. I would have thought, be careful out there, I guess. Maybe
I would have thought Taco Bell customers would have built up like a natural immunity.
Yeah, like a tolerance that their body can handle anything.
But try not to make any explosive comments.
They did say, the FDA did say they are working with that particular supplier to determine if more potentially contaminated shredded iceberg lettuce remains on the market. It is funny though, this really hasn't affected me at all. I'm eating what I want to eat. We went out to dinner last night and I got a salad and I started eating and I looked at Colin and I was like, should I be eating? Should I have ordered something different? And I ate half of it because I started to mentally tell myself this.
Well, I would hope the place washed the lettuce.
I'm looking around. I'm like, did anyone else order a salad?
You're the only one in the restaurant
eating this.
Yeah.
Anyway, so far I feel fine, but I know it takes about 2 weeks to so look out. The smoke from the wildfires.
I may have to change my seat.
Maybe too. It had a big impact here in Metro Detroit. We've been talking about it. Detroit had the worst air quality in the world Thursday morning, and the smoke is expected to hang around for the next couple of days. It did force cancellation of many events, closures of different places throughout the area. A long list. I mean, there's beaches that were closed, Greenfield Village closed, water parks in Madison Heights closed, CJ Barrymore's closed outdoor areas. I mean, I could go on and on about things that closed down, shut down because of the smoke.
If the Tigers were home,
that's a good question.
Would they have postponed the game because of the air quality?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm trying to think because this is a new phenomenon. Like the last couple summers, this has come up.
Did they ever do it last year? Tom, do you remember?
Did they delay a game?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah,
that's a good question.
Yesterday was worse than any day last year.
I agree.
I will say this is the worst I've ever seen it in Michigan in my life, my memory. Now,
I agree.
Maybe I was on vacation and something happened when I was gone, but yesterday was the worst I've seen.
Yeah.
Finally, a Rochester Hills woman went and claimed a $1 million lottery prize just hours before it expired. This woman waited an entire year to go claim her Powerball prize. So she literally cashed it in hours before it was set to expire. She basically said she did it on purpose. She didn't tell a soul that she had won until last week.
Wow.
It's a big secret to keep quiet for a whole year. She says she plays online regularly. She knew she won the next day. So it wasn't like I got to check my ticket like months and months later. She found out the very next day, but just didn't want to tell anyone. She plans to save her winnings. So congrats to her.
For her.
Yeah.
Real quick, text sent in. I didn't leave the house yesterday. Dylan in Royal Oak. Lungs are well preserved. All right, coming up next, people are talking about Tarik Skubal, and by people, I mean the national talking heads. You've got the case to keep Tarik Skubal. Reporters saying he's unlikely to be moved. We'll get to that and what the insiders think. It's 97.1. Everybody's talking about our baseball team. They're back tonight out west against the Angels. 16 games until the trade deadline. What to do? Let's start with Ken Rosenthal on foul territory. What is he hearing about the Tigers and Tarik Skubal? A lot of ifs and maybes.
Insert Jake Rogers. Don't let the Tigers get hot.
Here's the truth, though. The Tigers have been hot, and they're still 8 games below 500. They have a 28% chance to make the playoffs. At least 3 teams ahead of them in the wild card race are as hot, if not hotter, in the last 10. So that's why not. I mean, look, the Tigers could do whatever they want, but it would feel silly, given their current predicament, to roll the dice and keep Tarik Skubal. But that's Rosenthal saying it's unlikely they move him. What about Buster Olney? Should the Tigers trade Tarik Skubal? Let's play that for people.
You're cherry picking some stats.
If I only use their hottest stretch, they're a 99-win team.
And that's not wrong, but do we believe from what we've seen over the first, up until the break, I don't want to say first half because it's more than just the first half, but up until the break, that this is a team that can go and sustain a 99-win pace?
No.
Okay, so what is the pace that they have to sustain to be able, and really it's, okay, over 16 games, what do they have to do to not only not be sellers, but be buyers?
Right.
And how much of this is maybe predetermined and it's self-fulfilling prophecy for Scott Harris? All right, hey, you bring in Valdez. You got a top 10 payroll. Yeah. We're going for it because this is the last year we've got Skubal. And we internally, and we're projecting, but internally we think the plan was to add to the lineup at the trade deadline.
That was the initial plan when they started the season on March 26th.
That was our initial plan. I don't know if that was their plan.
Well, they have a top 10 payroll. They paid Valdez. It certainly felt like they were gearing up to win this division and be buyers at the trade deadline.
And maybe the most obvious scenario is the one that we came up with, that, hey, yeah, they're going to add at the deadline.
Yeah. It's funny. You can say that they're pacing to win 99 games since June 1st. I could say since March 26th, when the season started, they're pacing to win 74 games. I'll use the whole season. That's the bad May. That's the good June and early July. That's the whole season. For the whole season, they're 8 games below 500. The Twins are better than us. The Orioles are better than us. The Red Sox are better than us. And they've won as many or more games in the last 10 as us. So let me just back up. I hope the Tigers win every game between now and the end of September. That's my sincere hope, that this team wins every game the rest of the season. Does that make it true?
No.
Okay. So you got to take... I want my team to be the team we thought going into the season. They have not been.
And the entire season. Yes. They've been in spurts.
Yeah, but okay, if I take only the rosiest of views of this team, then yeah, man, they're winning a World Series. But that's not reality. And I think we have enough data to say, as we sit today, they should not keep Skubal and they should not be buyers. But you are seeing national people saying, hey, look, June and July, everything's changed for the Tigers.
Yeah, and some of, they're just trying to generate some interest in what they do and how they're going about it and the Major League Baseball season, because the American League does suck.
We suck in the American League.
Right, to this point.
Like, I think that's the thing people leave out, is they go, the American League's bad.
We're one of the worst teams in the American League.
Anyway, we'll throw the number out because this is what the people are saying. Tigers unlikely to move Skubal. That's Rosenthal. Tigers should keep Skubal and buy. That's Buster Olney. Chris Russo was sitting across Buster Olney on First Take, and he did not agree with Buster. I'm with Chris Russo.
And maybe it simply comes down to, because I know a lot of people are looking like Russo did to that Philadelphia series. Okay, well, they beat up on some bad teams, and then all of a sudden they play a good one, and they're 1-2. All right, they open up against the Angels. All right, if they sweep that series, what does that really mean? The Angels are the worst team in the American League.
Right.
Then they go to Chicago to play the Cubs.
It's a good series spotlight.
All right. So at that point, what if they go 2-1 against the Cubs? They win that series.
Sure. You're starting to pick up some more steam.
And they beat a good team. Then they've got Kansas City, Baltimore, who happens to be ahead of them, the A's, and then you've got the trade deadline.
Yeah.
You got, it's.
So if they go 12-4, they'd be a 500 team at the deadline.
Okay. I am curious for those that, like Russo, I can't take you seriously when you are 8 games below 500, 7 games below 500.
4th place in your division.
Right. But at the trade deadline, if that's what you've said, they're that far below 500, but then at the trade deadline, you're at 500. How does it change? Because it's only 16 games. 16 games does not a season make.
No. 248-539-9797. These are great questions. We got calls to get to. 248-539-9797. The Tigers, unlikely to move Tarik Skubal. Should they be buyers? And your reaction if he is still here after the first week of August. It's 97.1.
Hey, maybe you're making plans to watch some postseason baseball. Maybe it's football. The best place to watch all our great sports is at Stadium Swim, located at Circa Resort and Casino. Catch all the biggest games at a viewing experience built for sports fans. You can chill in one of the 6 pools on 3 different levels for a perfect view of their massive 40-foot tall high-definition screen located at Circa Resort and Casino in downtown Las Vegas, and it's right there on Fremont Street. Stadium Swim. Book your spot today at circalasvegas.com.
Buster Olney on ESPN yesterday. You can go to the phones. You also had Ken Rosenthal echoing he thinks it's unlikely that the Tigers trade Tarik Skubal. Let's get to Kevin in Macomb. Kevin, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for taking my call. Yeah. So it's complicated, but honestly, what scares me is if the Tigers are going to be buyers, my biggest worry is buying considered acquiring a Kyle Finnegan or like a Charlie Morton or a Paul Sewald.
Right.
To me, if that's what buying is, then you might as well just trade Skubal. For as much as I don't want to trade him, this is the biggest trade piece that we're going to have outside of Kevin McGonigal, but we're not trading Kevin McGonigal.
Right.
So I just think you look at a team like the Dodgers, and I'm assuming Scott Harris is doing his homework, but they got the best prospect system in all of baseball. And I just think that, if you're just going to if you're going to go for it and you're not going to really do anything, you might as well just trade him because it'll be malfeasance, in my opinion, if we're looking at it from a business standpoint.
Well, I don't even think from a business standpoint. I think from a competitive baseball standpoint, they aren't competitive enough this season. They have a losing record. If we talk about the American League stinking, they are one of the smellier teams of the bunch.
Yeah.
And that gets conveniently left out. Like, I love that you called it cherry picking, John. 99 win pace since June 1st. It would be equally dishonest if I said they were a 44 win team based on May, right?
Yes.
So why don't we use the totality of everything we've seen from this team and say they're on a 74 win pace, which when you frame it that way, when you say they're fourth in their division and have a 27% chance to make the playoffs, when you actually tell the whole story, you realize, boy, we'd be taking a big risk keeping Skubal.
Yeah, the bigger risk is to keep him. The calculated, I don't know, maybe best thing for the franchise is take the risk of selling Skubal because you're going to get prospects in return. And you have absolutely no idea what those prospects will be. I mean, we
that's a risk too.
Right. And so I'm not saying it's as big of a risk as losing Skubal for a compensatory pick. It is a risk, though.
Yeah.
So you have to take that into account as well.
You do. And I think the key with what Olney said, though, is it's got to be two parts. Part one is if you're keeping him, you're buying.
Right.
And I think the caller made a great point. What does buying look like? Now, I've got some names to pitch you.
Okay.
If they buy, I've got 7 names and a wild card thrown in there.
I'm glad that, there's so many things I'm glad about in regards to the news that we got that Steve Yzerman was no longer the GM. I don't want to go down that road right now, but it did push this because we had these names ready to go on Wednesday.
Yep.
And now we have a couple of baseball talking heads saying, don't sell and buy. And we've only got a handful that are saying, no, you should still keep the same path. So if we do, who should we go after?
Can I present a few names for you? And you make some notes as to who stands out. And listeners, same thing. Do any of these guys interest you? Mostly hitters, few pitchers, and a wild card. First name I want to present is an old friend, Isaac Paredes.
Oh, welcome home.
Everyday right-handed bat, can play third and first. If you're not loving torque, I emphasize can play first.
Mm-hmm.
Paredes is signed this year and next, not purely a rental. Houston's going nowhere. Paredes would be the first name I pitch. The second name is a rental and a lefty, so a couple strikes against him, but it's Luis Arraez. Second base, can also play first, although he says he'd prefer to play second. Contact guy, we know they love that, right?
Yep.
Limit the strikeouts. 330 hitter this year, all-star, and the development of some power. He is slugging the same as Riley Green and Kerry Carpenter this season. If Torres comes back healthy, you can DH him or you can play him at first. Arraez makes sense from a bat that profiles the way they like bats to profile.
Mm-hmm.
I got a couple outfielders. Taylor Ward is a 2-WAR player, pure rental, right-handed outfielder. OPS of nearly 900 against lefties. You know, AJ loves to play the matchups. He would give him an upgrade against lefties. Joe Adell is a former first-round pick, right-handed outfielder, this year and next, with an OPS of 911 against lefties. So there's the rental, there's the 1+1 2-year deal for Adell. from a pitching standpoint, because I know people are going, they need bullpen help.
Yep.
Brooks Raley. He's a Mets lefty, 38 years old, rental, 2.04 ERA, strikeout an inning. Doesn't throw super hard, but he's deceptive. He throws that sinker down in the zone.
Right.
I think the best reliever on the market might be the Padres reliever, Morejon, or as you would say, More John.
Yes, because we need more John.
More John. He was an all-star in 2025. This year and next, not a pure rental. Lefty with swing and miss, 10 Ks per 9. He's the best reliever, I think. Leave the Mason Miller stuff out of it. The best reliever that could be moved. A cheap reliever that I think would be readily available would be Antonio Sanzatella from the Rockies. Away from Coors, he has a 2.39 ERA. Not a ton of swing and miss, but a good productive rental that I think would come cheap. Those are my 7 names. Before I give you the wild card, who do you like most from my list?
So all the bats I like. Now, I am curious as to if you're bringing in a guy that prefers to play second, is he okay just DHing? Is he okay by DHing and moving to first, or do you get a chance to platoon Torres, who's shown that he's got some injury issues? Yep. It happened at the end of last year. It's happened again twice this year. Yes, he'll be back. Hopefully it's for the rest of the year, but you have no idea.
And you protect yourself against a potential injury for Torres down the stretch.
Right. So, I mean, anytime you're going to add a bat to this lineup and make the lineup longer, make it harder to pitch against, I'm all for it. So I would say yes to all these guys. In terms of the pitchers, I'm not a huge fan of bringing in a 38-year-old guy because as you get towards the end of the year, what happens? Those old guys start to lose a little bit of their momentum, a little bit of their juice. And if he's only throwing at 90, 91 and he's relying on junk, I'm just not ready to buy that.
Okay.
Morejon, I'm, like I said, we need more Johns.
More John.
Yep, and he spells it the right way. So I'm all for that. And you're right. He is probably the best reliever available. So if you could add him and one of those bats, I would say yes
better
to those.
About their chances going down the stretch.
And Sanzatella, yes. I mean, I would say yes, but that would be...
That's more of what they did last year type of thing.
Right.
Yeah. Bargain bin. Dollar Tree. But I got to know who I'm dealing with here, so I put him on the list. In terms of a wild card, Bo Bichette. 3-year, $126 million contract. That's $42 million a year with opt-outs. The risk is he has struggled, and if he opts in, you pay the bills. But since June 1st, we love those numbers, he's hitting 300 with an 810 OPS. It's more like his season last year where he got MVP votes. He's a right-handed bat with a proven track record. The Mets are selling. That would be the wild card. It comes with risk, but he checks a lot of boxes if he's getting right.
This is a name that you're just dropping on me right now.
You have no prep for this. This is great.
And
if you need to think on it.
I am going to think on this. So when we come back from the update, I will give you my answer because that is a kind of a 6 in one and half dozen in the other.
Does it get the thumbs up or the thumbs down from John Jansen? Want to hear from you guys. Any of those names interest you? It's 97.1. John, Bo Bichette, any interest?
I think it's going to cost you too much.
Okay.
It's because he is starting to find his form, and is he one of those guys that just needs a little bit of time with new sightlines, new stadium, new everything? I know you play half your games away, but it's taken him some time to get adjusted to being in New York. Is it going to take time to get adjusted to Tigers? I say Tiger Stadium, Comerica
playing here. Yeah, I just right-handed bat, 300 average since June 1st. Expensive contract if he doesn't opt out.
Right.
The Mets may be trying to play hot potato and not be the one left holding the bag.
Yeah.
I just threw him in as a wild card name. I think it's the most messy of the guys I threw out. Most of those guys were rentals or 2-year commitments.
I think he's a really good player and will be a good player. You would want him on your team. I think you're just going to have to give up too much to get him.
Okay, let's get to Jamie in Ypsilanti. Jamie, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
All right. With that list you just put out, this isn't what I called in about, but I'm a little disappointed that I didn't hear Bregman.
Yeah, or Chapman.
Yeah. Either one of those. I was expecting to be there, but
I decided not to troll anybody today.
No, it's Friday. It's free for all. So with the Taylor Skubal thing, this just sounds like a Scott Boras propaganda campaign, and It sounds like these guys are on the take. It's like, okay, Skubal says, I don't want to go anywhere. He doesn't want to go anywhere because if he's here, he can dictate who he goes to at the end of the season, maybe after, if there's a lockout. With keeping him, what are you going to give him for support? How many outings does he have where the Tigers don't score 2 runs? If you look at the box score after every game, look at the season average of the people they're rolling out. A lot of them are like sub 230. And that ain't going to get a World Series victory. I don't care what the experts say, but that's just me. I look at like you said, the totality of everything. This is not the lineup that is going to win a World Series. And This is the same issue the Tigers had last 20 years. 15 years. They do not have a hitter who can get a hit when they need one when they got men on base.
Yeah, look, I think it was painful the last series against the Phillies, that Saturday night where they got some base runners against Christopher Sanchez, but very reminiscent of the postseason, couldn't knock him in. And then Sunday only had 2 hits all game and 1 after the second inning.
Right.
That also felt reminiscent of the postseason. And that's not using May or April. That's the last thing we saw this team do.
The only thing I would disagree with that last caller is not having a bat that you can count on to get a hit.
McGonigal.
I would say McGonigal.
Just don't have enough of them.
Yes, just not enough of them.
So when the season starts, we like to do fact or fiction. And then normally we get to the All-Star break.
Yeah.
We like to take a peek and look at those receipts.
See how we did?
Yeah, Greg, do you have that for us? Yeah, here we go.
Sure do, Jim. There were 10 items that you guys discussed on Tigers fact or fiction before the season. This was on March 24th, so let's go through them. First off was Taylor Skubal wins his 3rd straight Cy Young Award. Jim said this was fact. John said this was fiction.
Yep.
Verdict right now. Look, there's a lot of season to go, but he's 12th in AL Cy Young odds right now at plus 6,500.
Damn injury.
Jackson Jobe will appear in 1 game for the Tigers this season. Costa said fact. John said fact.
Yep. In at least 1 game. Not just 1 game, but in at least 1 game, yes.
And the verdict right now is to be determined. Yeah. Look, we still got season to go, and if he just plays 1 game, last game of the season, the playoffs still counted as a game in the season. Still to be determined.
I think we'll get there, though.
I think so.
Framber to Joe playing or the postseason?
Playing.
Framber Valdez will have 15-plus wins. John said this was fiction. Jim said this was fact.
What a dumbass.
Oh, my goodness. What are you thinking?
He's currently 5-6, so this is unlikely to come through.
Mm-hmm.
How about Riley Green? Less than 175 strikeouts. Jim said this was fact. John said this was fact. Right now, he has 108 on pace through 96 team games for 182. So we still got to cut them down a little bit. Still a better pace than last year when he had 201.
Yeah.
Spencer Torkelson will have 35-plus home runs. Jim said fiction. John, fiction. Yep. Got that slow start, heated up a little bit. He has 16 right now, but that's still only on pace for 27.
I think we're all right.
Kyle Finnegan will lead the team in saves. Jim, you said fiction. John said fiction.
Yep.
Will Vest is going to lead this team in saves.
Yes.
Well, that's not right, and neither is Kyle Finnegan. He has only 1 save. Kenley Jansen with 11 saves leads the team.
Yep, and should have more, but...
If I remember right, Tom was a big believer Finnegan would lead the team in saves.
I believe that's correct, scrubbing through.
Yeah, definitely.
If they had more saves, if he saved those games, he'd have more saves.
Yeah, and I'd still be wrong with. I said no for Finnegan, but I did throw in Will Vest.
I think the number is that Jansen, Finnegan, and Vest each have 5 blown saves.
Oh, lovely.
All right, here's was a layup because the writing was kind of on the wall here. Kevin McGonigal will make the opening day roster. John, you said fact. Jim, you also said fact.
There you go.
Hey, it was a fact. We remember that 4-hit day at San Diego.
Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful start.
Awesome.
Justin Verlander will have 10+ wins.
Oh, boy.
John, you said fiction.
Yes.
Jim, you said fiction.
Oh, there we go.
He has 0. Highly unlikely.
Yes.
To win 10+ games. How about the Tigers? Will they win 90+ games? Jim, you said fiction. John, you said fiction. They'll only win a mere 89 games.
Right, yes.
Hey, the verdict. 44-52 at the All-Star break through 96 games. That's on pace for 74 wins. Not since June 1st. Not May 1 through May 31. The beginning of the season until now. 74 wins they're pacing for.
Well, at least we're both right on they won't get 90 wins. I just should have kept my mouth shut and said nothing after that.
Yeah, but I think I had him at like 87 or 88 wins. I wasn't much better.
And then finally, the Tigers will win the American League pennant and be in the World Series. Jim, you said fiction.
Hater.
John, you said fact.
Yeah,
of course he did.
Yeah,
Why
that's
would
right.
they not?
Glasses half full. Buy at the deadline.
3.5 games behind the final wild card spot. They have the 11th best odds of any American League team to win the pennant at plus 3,000. The Yankees are the favorite at plus 230.
Oh, there might be some good value.
And those are your receipts.
All right. I'm glad that we were able to do a check-in, as we often do at the All-Star break.
I did better than I normally do. I mean, I missed on some big ones. TBD on making the World Series.
Yeah. I would say that's to be decided.
Yeah, let's just take baby steps and see if they can get back to 500.
Look, just because I don't share your optimism doesn't mean I want them to lose. Go ahead and beat everybody between now and the deadline, catch fire, add a whole bunch of great players, and win a World Series. Why not?
Yep.
I think it's unlikely, but
I would
now
agree.
Let's get to the phones. Let's go to Cameron in Lake Orion. Cameron, good morning. You're on 97.1.
Hey, what do you say, guys?
Not too bad, man. How you doing?
What's up?
Doing good. It's Friday, Hey, end of the work week. Hey, what else can you say? Quick question. I came in a little bit late. I heard Ward, Adele, Senzatella, Morahone, and Rayleigh and Bichette. But who were the other 2 names mentioned?
I had Arise on that list and Isaac Paredes.
Oh, okay. All right. All good names I picked. I want to throw 2 more names into that. Kind of a 2-for-1 thing you could do with the Giants. First name is Elliot Ramos. Right-handed hitting outfielder, solid power. I think he'd fit in well in the outfield in one of the corner spots.
Yeah.
And then another name is Eric Miller, young lefty, younger lefty. More than a strikeout an inning guy. Both are under control till I know Ramos is a free agent after 29. I think Miller's a free agent after 30. Wouldn't exactly break the bank, but I think those are 2 names that I've seen bandied about.
So I don't think you're wrong to look at the Giants as a team to try to pick the carcass of as a seller. I left those guys out because they're not free agents until, you put it, I think it's 2030 for both of them. They're team control guys. They're not players the Giants have to move.
Right.
Fair enough.
that was my only reason. Because there are a lot of guys. I started looking up like who would make sense for the Tigers. But like the Blue Jays are bad, and they have really good relief pitching, but they're all young and under club control for like 5 or 6 years. So there were a bunch of guys that I thought would make sense for Detroit, but just wouldn't be traded in the next 2 weeks here.
I thought when I saw the 2 guys from the Giants, I thought for sure he was going to troll you and say Matt Chapman.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised I didn't have Chapman or
Chapman's only got this year and next.
Really good defensive player. Can hit lefties as a right-handed bat.
Uh-huh.
Let's get to Mike.
Stoking the fire.
I know you are. Mike, talk to us. You're on 97.1.
Hey, guys. I was thinking about trading Spencer Torkelson and Max Clark for Nick Kurtz from the A's.
Sure, sign me up. I'm not sure why they're doing us a favor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I thought that, too. Or maybe even sweeten the deal, throw in a first-round pick. I don't know, but I'd like to get Nick Kurtz.
Yeah, Kurtz is great. For people who don't watch Sacramento, Vegas A's baseball, he was the guy on the graphic ahead of McGonigal with multi on-base games this season.
Right. Yeah.
He's really good.
Yeah. I don't know that Nick Kurtz, that's probably one of the untouchables.
Yeah. Hey, while we're at it, see if the Dodgers are interested in moving Ohtani here in the next couple weeks.
Sure. Let's just see. Who knows? Yeah.
Maybe
1 for 1. Hey, throw him a lefty arm.
Do they need Ron Holland? 248-539-9797. Talking Tigers. Second half begins tonight. We got Cookie Jar at 7:35. It's 97.1. All right, talk about Shaner Roofing, because when you are in the business and you need to make some adjustments to your home, you need a new roof, you need a company that you can count on, and that is Shaner Roofing. It's 30-year track record, over 30 years of trusted service, and a track record that Michiganders trust. 5-star quality to roofs, windows, and siding. And when I talk about Shaner, one of the first things I bring up is they're family-owned. They can treat you like family because they are one. They answer to you and not some investors in some office somewhere else. It's the way they do business. No pressure promise. There's no high-pressure sales pitch. You get a true, honest assessment of what your home actually needs. If you don't need a roof, they're not going to put a roof on your home. Unmatched reputation, 4.9 stars. You can see what I'm talking about. Thousands of satisfied homeowners that can speak to the quality and the reputation of Shaner. That's decades of doing the job right. I think this is a big selling point, too. You're going to make a commitment, put a roof on your home. You want to make sure that they stand by that work. Every roof installation comes with a lifetime transferable warranty. Shaner's committed to you. Want to get started today? MyMichiganRoof.com. That's Shaner Roofing, Windows, and Siding. MyMichiganRoof.com.
Hey, if your AC is struggling to keep up in the heat, it's time to call Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. Mastercraft is available 24/7 for those moments, and they stand behind their work with a very valuable 5-year warranty. They made a huge difference in my home, and they'll do the same for yours. Right now, they're running some amazing specials, so listen up. AC tune-up for only $79, and when it comes to service, they're going to get to you faster than anyone else can. Easy financing options are available as well. Schedule your free in-home estimate at mastercraftheating.com.
It's Chris Russo responding to Buster Olney, who said, keep Skubal and buy. Ken Rosenthal also saying on his podcast, Foul Territory, the Tigers are unlikely to move Skubal.
For the record, I would take a, quote, fluke World Series win.
Yeah, that's what this texter says, too. It says, I want Chris Russo to know I'll take the fluke World Series championship any year they're offering it. Tex says, oh boy, we're effed. They're not going to trade him, are they? And people saying they have to be a 500 ball club for them to feel good about keeping Skubal. That would mean going 12-4 before the deadline. Tyler in Westland says, I need to see a 500 team to buy. And another says, if they're 500 at the deadline, they have a right to be optimistic moving forward. That's an unnamed texter. Tex says, do you guys even like sports? Baseball's a game of streaks. It's fun to dream in the middle of the summer about a team that has a prayer of making the playoffs. And it's a what have you done for me lately league. And what they've done lately has been good.
Oh, trust me, I would much rather have the opportunity of being in the postseason, even if it's an early exit. I want a seat at the table, and then let's see what happens. And so if you're telling me that, hey, I don't necessarily even subscribe to by August 3rd, they have to be 500. But they need to be much closer than they are now.
So they're 8 under. Say they're 2 or 3 back. That's good.
Yeah, I'd say if they're 2 back, I'm not even in the you may keep Skubal, but I'm not necessarily. I don't know that I'm in the camp of you've got to buy. I would prefer that they would do that. I just don't think they will.
Yeah, real quick, what they've done lately: lost 2 or 3 to the Phillies. Looked like an offense not ready for postseason baseball.
Yeah, so, I mean, how do you determine what is lately?
Lately is whatever makes you right. You know how this works.
Yeah.
June 1 is good, May 1 is bad, season long, not good, so you don't use that. Like, it's people argue in sports. They're just going to pick the sample that benefits the most. I've just chosen to use the entire season because I think that cuts out the most BS. Let's get to John in Allen Park. John, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How you guys doing, man? Happy Friday.
You too.
Happy Friday.
And I don't care what those guys from 2 to 6 say. You guys are great. Just want to bring up the possibility of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Has anybody brought up or thought about possibly trading Skubal to get a right-hand bat and a reliever to the point where we're trying to look for the future and win at the same time?
The challenge, John, you know what the challenge is, right? It's the teams that would add Skubal aren't going to want to give up major league ready bullpen and bats in that deal, right?
So pretty much it's almost the same thing that Eisner was trying to do with Larkin to the point where he's trying to get ready-made players and nobody's taken.
Yeah, someone who's trading for Skubal is saying we're one of the 5 or 6 best teams. We're chasing a World Series.
And we're going for it.
So I need to keep that right-handed bat that the Tigers would want back.
You'd have a better chance if Skubal was under contract for another year.
Yes.
But since he's a rental, I don't think you're giving up a right-handed bat and a bullpen arm. I don't think you're giving up either one to try and get Skubal. You're going to give up prospects.
But you could reach his desired conclusion by doing 2 trades. There's not a limit on the number of trades teams are allowed to make. Like it felt like Yzerman was very
sell on one
into.
side and buy on the other. Is that what you're proposing?
Well, you could justify it. I'd say this way. I know it sounds kind of half wet. Are you really in or are you really out? It would be the holistic approach of we can't keep Skubal. We got to get something for him. And at the same time, we still have another 5 quality arms in this rotation. Yeah. We don't have to bow out. We could win on both fronts.
So you want to thread the needle. Look at you.
Can Scott Harris thread the needle?
Well, that's what you want him to do, right?
Yes, I'd like the most brilliant executive possible in all of our sports who expertly navigates every situation to a T. That's what I would prefer. Yes. Uh-huh. Anyway, cookie jar coming up at 7:35. Let's get to Heather with the news.
Oh, good morning, everyone. So lettuce served at Taco Bell restaurants in 5 states has been linked to that ongoing cyclosporiasis outbreak that has sickened more than 4,000 people in Michigan alone. So on Thursday, the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services reported 4,312 cases, having at least 102 people hospitalized due to their symptoms. Now, the CDC and the FDA has linked shredded iceberg lettuce served at Taco Bell locations in Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Ohio, and West Virginia to the outbreak of this ongoing poop parasite. So the investigation did identify a single supplier of this lettuce from Mexico used by these Taco Bell locations. They say, the FDA says that they are working with this supplier to determine if more potentially contaminated lettuce remains out there on the market. We know that there's several locations, Taco Bell locations, that have already removed the lettuce and cilantro from the menu. Several locations in Michigan did that. The restaurant says they did that as kind of a precautionary move.
Maybe there's a
now
a memo that went company-wide that says, hey, might want to take care of that lettuce.
There's other restaurants that are feeling the effects, like Chipotle. They're like, shares dropped 5% on Wednesday, even though there's been no link like I'm sharing now to them. They're feeling it as well, though.
The more this story goes on, the more certain I am John's not going to get this.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
As we continue to narrow it down to more green leafy things,
yep.
I think you're safer and safer by the day.
I'm safe,
Yep, I think so, too. Yes.
Or Doug Karsh. That guy's got to be on high alert.
I know. Yeah, what the hell is he going to eat? Just don't make it kale.
Head on a swivel.
My gosh. Michigan spent all of Thursday with very unhealthy air quality. In fact, we had the worst air quality in the world thanks to the smoke from the Canadian wildfires. And for the second day in a row, you guys, we still have the worst air quality in the world.
Just not as bad, right?
Not as bad. So Detroit's AQI, now a little abbreviation we know too well, right? Yeah. It said that the article I saw said it's 447.
It's a scale of 0 to 500.
Hazardous.
Yes.
So not great, right? Still not great. The good news from what I saw, though, is that some relief is on the way. The smoke is expected to move further eastward thanks to winds blowing out of the southwest portion of the state. Some clarity is expected by 10 a.m. today.
Oh, all right.
So that's right when we leave here. It should be a little
happy weekend.
Yeah. Yep. That's because of the winds shifting. We'll bring in some clearer and more breathable air by midday, which is awesome. And then the thing is that it will be that way until midday Saturday. And then
the winds shift again.
Exactly. And we're going to have some more of that. But it sounds like that's not expected to be severe. Sunday, you could still see some lingering effects from the smoke. And then hopefully.
Because this is as worse as it's been. This is a new phenomenon. Yeah. This is maybe the last year or two.
But remind me, right, the world is not ending?
No.
Okay. All right.
No, but people don't want to breathe.
Yeah.
I
would prefer
exactly.
I would prefer to breathe pure, clear air.
Yeah.
But
I mean, what we are dealing with here is nothing in comparison to what people in Canada are dealing with, who live near the fires.
They happen to be on fire.
Yeah, who've had their lives, destroyed, their houses burned down, their communities suffering. So what we are dealing with is nothing in comparison, but it is good to know what we're dealing with, and you can make the choice to stay indoors.
Well, we've had cancellations, things get adjusted, people make adjustments on the fly. It's just with the perspective of, we think of in India with all this air pollution, New Delhi, and it's like, wait, we got twice the air pollution that they do right now? It puts it in perspective, even if it's just going to blow through for a couple days.
Sure.
It's like dystopian to see like the bridge and you can't see across the bridge, or you can't see across the lake. Or I saw like it was Cedar Point looked like out of a zombie movie.
Yeah.
It's like the faded filter yellow skies. It's bizarro.
You could look at it as a great opportunity. No lines. You could ride all the rides.
Yeah, I guess so.
Sure.
Major League Baseball released the 2027 season schedule, and it features the earliest opening day in league history. So the 2027 regular season will begin on Wednesday, March 24th, when a pair of teams that will be determined will square off on Netflix. And then the traditional opening day takes place on Thursday, March 25th. The Tigers' home opener against the Chicago White Sox is March 25th. So just, keep those winter coats handy. It's the earliest opening day we've had. Oh, like I just said, ever.
That's if.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other schedule highlights include an April homestand with back-to-back series against the New York Mets and New York Yankees, then a late April, early May visit to the Los Angeles Dodgers, a 9-game West Coast trip in August, and a season finale series on the road against the Minnesota Twins. Okay. Thursday, the Wings also released their schedule. They'll open at LCA on October 2nd against the New York Rangers. They're going to finish 83 games later on April 10th at the Buffalo Sabres.
April in the D.
Do you have the March schedule? Kidding.
I got one more. I'm going to end with some audio for you quickly. So Senator Chuck Schumer
has
kind of gone viral after it appears. Well, you can make the call.
Yeah, what's the AQI on the Senate floor?
He accidentally farted during a Senate floor speech. And this hot mic moment has sparked, some hilarious reactions, some memes, and the internet is definitely reacting. So take a listen. I think that's the enhanced sound, right? So you can listen online. There's two sounds, like the real sound, and then somebody enhanced the fart. It's definitely a fart, and he kind of holds back like a small, not a chuckle, but definitely a grin, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oops.
And farts are funny, so.
Farts are always funny. You just wonder if that's all there was.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. I wasn't thinking about that.
Well, when you get to be that age.
Yeah. Sphincter control.
Yikes. All right, that's Heather with the news. Coming up next, it's the Cookie Jar. It's 97.1.
Hey, if you're thinking about a new truck this month, I want to give you some reasons why I believe you should have a Ram truck right there at the top of your list. The Ram truck lease deals at every Metro Detroit Ram dealer are phenomenal right now. I've seen the Ram side by side with other trucks, and I'm driving a Ram right now, and I absolutely love it. For power, there's no comparison. You can choose from Ram's legendary 5.7 Hemi V8, or if you want the Hurricane engine, you got two options. The 420 horsepower version, that's the one I chose, or the high output 540 horsepower Hurricane engine. Why would you trust any full-size pickup at any price with only a 4-cylinder engine? Try and tow something with it or pass somebody. It's not going to happen. Plus, the full-size Ram 1500 is built right here in Sterling Heights. With Ram's 5-link coil suspension, all it's going to take is one test drive. You're going to feel how much smoother a Ram is. And for comfort, all you got to do is go sit in a Ram, and I promise you're going to feel the difference. Right now, the lease payments on a new Ram truck at every Metro Detroit Ram dealer are exceptional. So are their financing offers for well-qualified buyers. Simple. Just pull into your Metro Detroit Ram dealer today, and when you do, tell them I sent you.
It's a cookie jar brought to you by Moran Chevrolet. World Cup finishes this weekend. John, who you got, Argentina or Spain?
Oh, we're not going to do the consolation game?
No, that's stupid.
Oh, okay.
Right? We all agree the consolation's silly.
I'm just asking the question. I don't know.
Maybe Greg likes it. He made a face.
I'm going to go with Argentina. I know Spain. I think Spain is the favorite.
Sounds right.
But it's kind of like, hey, when Jordan's in the game, the best of all time are in the game. I'm not going to bet against them. So I'm going to take Messi and Argentina.
And I'm going to take Spain because you took Argentina.
Oh.
Is this the picks again?
Because I don't have any clue.
Yes, your people aren't in the game.
Exactly.
Yes.
Hey, picking against John's just good strategy.
Yeah,
Greg?
I think so.
Spain, 1 goal conceded through the entire tournament. Defense. Defense.
Oh, am I going to be on Argentina Island?
No, you're not.
Oh, okay.
I'm definitely going with Argentina. They got the magic Messi end his career with back-to-back World Cups.
He's incredible. He assisted both goals against England. They've had to come from behind a lot, though, in this tournament. And I don't think you can dig yourself a hole against the Spaniards.
Hey, they don't stop the game at the 75-minute mark. Doesn't matter if you're behind there. They play the whole game, right?
It's going to be harder to come back against better teams with defense. Take España. Worst thing going right now, is it the heat dome we've had in recent days? Is it this poop parasite, you can't even eat your Taco Bell anymore? Or is it the gestures at air smog?
Heat dome. I don't think there's any question about it. Heat dome, can't escape it. Poop parasite. All right, don't eat lettuce. Hey, fits my life theory anyway. So I don't have to worry about that. And the smog, again, I just, it hasn't affected me, so I don't care.
You got big, strong lungs.
Yeah, they might be big. I don't know. But the heat dome is the one thing that, again, my theory is when it's cold, I can put on more and I can cover up. I can get warm. When it's hot, it's sticky, it's sweaty. There's only so much I can take off without being completely offensive. So I'm going with the heat dome.
Yeah, I think the one that has affected me the most as well is the heat dome.
Yeah.
However, if you were to ask somebody who's been affected by all three, I bet they would say the poop parasite.
Yeah, but you're talking, it's such a small number.
I know, but if you were to
4,000
ask
people,
one of
but
those
it's a
4,000,
minuscule percentage of.
They would probably say explosive diarrhea is worse than 100 degrees outside. I'm guessing because it lasts for like
weeks,
a while.
Or having the sweat that you get with the diarrhea,
Like,
and the heat dome as well.
But for me, it's
and
the
you
heat
can't
dome.
crack open a window at your house.
Yeah. Ooh.
So the heat doomy and the smog affect everybody.
Yeah.
The poop parasite, 4,300 cases or so in Michigan, the last estimate, out of 10 million.
Right.
But that's a lottery ticket you don't want to cash in. The poop parasite's the worst thing out of all these three.
I'm definitely with John with the heat dome. I despise the heat. I know you said, what was it, Wednesday or Tuesday morning when you walked in?
Yeah.
It's about to break me.
Yeah.
Same thing. I'm sick of it. And I'm a cold person over a hot person.
The heat just sucks the energy right out
I'll
of you.
take minus 20 wind chill over this all day long.
No.
It zaps
But what's the real
you.
temperature?
Oh, what's the real feel? It zaps you. We did that show remote on Wednesday. Sweating puddles in this heat.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this.
I didn't have to run to the bathroom.
No, you didn't. But you can drink cold water. You can cool off. You don't want to be outside when the weather's like this. To me, I don't want to be ripping cigs every second I'm outdoors. I think the worst is this weather.
Yeah, Jim, just stay away from your dry salad. You'll be fine with the parasite.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Okay, how about this? I mentioned World Cups this weekend. Big film weekend. The Odyssey, Christopher Nolan's latest flick. What's your interest level in seeing the new blockbuster?
What's it called?
Not
Odyssey.
Odyssey?
Odyssey.
Yeah. What'd you
Not
say?
the Odyssey.
Odyssey.
We're Odyssey.
Yeah, we're Odyssey. Yeah, the Odyssey.
It's actually about our station. What's your interest level?
0.
Really?
I'm just not into.
I thought you'd get into this.
My interest level is I'll wait for it to be able to see at home, and then maybe I'll watch it.
It's like a heroes coming home from war story.
That's great. I'm not going to go to the
mythology.
I don't have how long is the movie?
It's damn near 3 hours.
Yeah, I don't have the 3 hours to go watch it. So my interest level right now is 0.
I didn't even know about it until I read your email yesterday.
You're living in a hole.
I
if you haven't heard
know.
this.
Apparently, no, I didn't know I just looked it up now. I didn't know anything about it. Matt Damon, that's cool.
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway, cool.
Yeah. Tom Holland, Zendaya?
No, don't care.
Yeah.
It's behind He-Man for me. I had a list of things to watch this year. The Odyssey did not make the list. He-Man did make the list. I did not see it. Heard it was bad, but would still be interested.
You're more interested in
check
that.
it out if came straight to video or streaming.
Yeah.
I'm interested, but I don't know if I'm going to have the time to see it in the theater. And they say this is one that you should see in the theater.
They say it's a classic Christopher Nolan. IMAX. You should see it in IMAX. He did Oppenheimer, same thing.
I've heard the last 45 minutes are absolutely epic of this in terms of the presentation. But I've also heard this isn't a top 3 movie of his.
Well, I don't know. Rotten Tomatoes gives it 96%. Now, it's high praise because his movies, right? It's Interstellar, Inception, Oppenheimer, The Dark Knight. I love Nolan movies. I'm actually planning to watch it this weekend.
Hey, good for you. Yeah.
All right, this is a fun one. Pick 3 current Detroit athletes to go to dinner with. John?
Oh, okay. Penei Sewell, Cade Mays, and Blake Miller. What did anybody expect anything else? I don't need the guards. All right, they fill space. I want the guy that's going to be making the decisions in the middle. He's new. I want to learn a little bit from him. I want to talk to Penei Sewell about making that move over to left. Plus, just every time I've been around him, he seems like a great dude. And Blake Miller, I want to learn a little bit about him as well. I hear he is an absolute mountain of a man, monster.
What is the restaurant choice? You don't have to pick a place, but style.
Steakhouse,
of course.
Again, this is right in my wheelhouse. This one's easy.
Not so easy for me, but I'm hoping this would be a double date, so they'd bring their wives too. So I would have Jared Goff. He could bring Kristen with him. I could bring Verlander, and he could bring Kate. And then I would have to get Amon-Ra as well, so I could really see
how tall he is compared to Colin.
Yeah,
that's a great point. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Worried about Colin getting distracted. I'm going to take Jared Goff, Cade Cunningham, Penei Sewell. Why I choose these 3 players? These are all 3 very smart players. I would love to get the insight into their thinking process and how they solve problems on the field, on the court. And then the restaurant we choose is Thai, man, because you can't lose on Thai food.
Italian Steakhouse, I would definitely pick McGonigal, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Cade Cunningham.
Okay. So I think steakhouse is the obvious choice when you're dining with millionaires. Take advantage of it.
But Cade doesn't eat steak.
I'm sure they have something on the menu for him.
They've got other stuff. He'd be fine.
Yeah.
Thai food. You get some vegetarian Thai food dishes.
I picked Jared Goff. I think he's got a good sense of humor, that dry sense of humor that I appreciate. Mo Sider seems like he'd be hilarious. He's got a great sense of humor. I picked him. And then I took Cade Cunningham. I didn't pick a Tiger because I don't know if the waiter's right-handed or left-handed, and I just can't prepare for such a situation.
Insert JMO laugh.
Jeremy Otto got that new grill. What's the first thing he should make as a beginner to break it in?
So I went in depth on this, and steak should be a New York strip. It should be about 3/4 of an inch thick because you can't, it literally is near impossible to mess it up because you can sit there and monitor it the entire time. And if you cut into it and it's still not done enough for your liking, hey, you let it go a little bit further. Now, I don't like cutting into the steaks. It's more of a pressure to, you can feel how done it is.
Yeah.
But if you go burger, sometimes the burgers are too thick and you can't cook the inside. If you're a newbie to it, you burn and char the outside. Chicken can be really dry if you're nervous about cooking it to the right temp. I think a New York strip, now I would prefer a ribeye, but you get some flare-ups and it's a little bit more difficult to control the grill.
Some have said chicken is a nervous bird.
Yes.
Are hot dogs easy to cook on a grill? Yeah.
Yes and no.
Easy?
I think that's the easiest thing to
Corn
make.
on the cob? That's pretty easy. You don't have to do anything.
The grill, grill. You can cook corn on the cob on the grill, which I told Jeremy I do, but no, you got to have a protein on there.
I mean, you can't really mess that up, I feel like.
No one just fires up the grill to say, I'm going to cook corn on the cob today.
You said to ease him into it.
I
He's a beginner.
Get some early
hot
wins.
Dogs and corn on the cob.
You don't want a steak and he screws it up and give him an
but
early
if you burn
win.
the outside of a hot dog, I mean, nobody wants a burnt wiener.
how I'm going to follow John with that expertise. I mean, I was going to say hamburgers. That makes sense. Yeah, but apparently not.
No, because typically your ground beef is higher percentage of fat. Now, if you go with like a 95.5, then yeah, you're not going to have to worry about the flare-ups, but most of it's 80-20, and then you get that dripping and it gets fat, and which is yummy, but it can burn.
John nailed it with the New York strip. I mean, seriously, and you just crank it high, and it's 3 minutes each side, roughly, and you've got a good rare to medium rare steak.
Yep. And don't start with fish. Fish can be a little bit tricky.
He posted the grill on social media yesterday, and he said, I still got to get propane. Yes, you need to get propane. He's going to figure this out one step at a time. As your cookie jar, it's brought to you by Moran Chevrolet. Oh, by the way, my answer was hot dogs. I already chimed in with Heather. I want him to get an easy win early. You can't really screw it up.
Yeah, but are you going to be really satisfied with a hot dog?
His 3 kids will be. Well, one's a baby. His 2 kids will be.
Yeah, this is better than the boiled hot dogs he was feeding them before.
Yeah.
Oof. It's 97.1. Got some feedback coming in on the cookie jar, and then we're going to get to something John's hearing about Lions training camp. This could be some drama.
Yeah, something that the Lions really haven't had to deal with since Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes have been on the job.
And you sent us a text. We're going to get to it at 8:02. Let people discuss with us. On the cookie jar, we got some feedback on the big movie coming out this weekend. Christopher Nolan, Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
Not Odyssey. Look, could you imagine a movie?
A movie about the show?
About this show or the station?
The station, yeah.
Anyway. No one's going to see that. Followed by, it's amazing.
Okay.
Some people went and saw it last night, I'm assuming. Costa would go see a bare-ass fart on the screen if the media said it was must-see. I like Nolan movies.
Okay.
I mean...
What's your favorite one?
I liked Inception a lot. Interstellar might be ahead of it, though.
I mean, I say Dark Knight because, I mean, he directed Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker, but I like Inception a lot, too.
But even like those are the ones everybody points to. I liked The Prestige. I liked Tenet. I mean, damn near every movie the guy puts out I think is great. I liked Oppenheimer.
That's probably the only one I've seen.
Well, you saw The Dark Knight on the Dark Knight airplane.
Yeah.
I like Dunkirk.
It was just fine to me. I mean, as far as his movies go.
It's funny when you guys say a producer, director, whatever. Again, I would have no idea who, like, their family of films.
So there's not many that I'm super familiar with, but like Quentin Tarantino.
Maybe George Lucas and Star Wars.
I'm sure you're aware of the Taylor Sheridan verse.
Okay, yeah, not movies, but yeah, shows.
But like Tarantino has a catalog, right? Are you familiar with like Pulp Fiction?
I've heard. Yeah, I mean, I think I've seen
Django Unchained,
some of it.
right? That's a Anyway, 248-539-9797. We'll get some more feedback from you guys. Says dinner date: Larkin, Yzerman, Chris Ilitch.
Okay, but it doesn't follow the rules.
No. How would that go?
Well, they're not current athletes.
No, I know, but now play along.
Well, it would be very interesting. Yes.
Who picks up the tab?
Well, it would have to be Ilitch,
the billionaire, right?
Yeah.
How awkward the conversation. Anyway, I'm taking J-Mo to the Coney Island at 3:30 in the morning. That's Ozzy in a car.
There you go.
I was wondering if someone would say J-Mo. He's fun. He'd be a good time.
Sure.
Yeah. Speaking of what Otto's going to grill, here goes John acting like he's Hell's Kitchen's top shelf. People, you don't realize how many notes he had prepared for this.
Oh, I had a whole page worth of notes, and I looked at the clock, and I'm like, well, if I go on this, no one else is going to have any time to talk. So
you want to set the guy up for success.
I do. I want him to be, I love grilling, and am I going to sit here and say that I grill better than anyone else? I'll compete with you, but I like what comes off my grill. And if you come over, I hope that you like what comes off my grill, but I'm not going to sit there and say that your grilling skills are no bueno.
Did you see the grill? He posted it.
I did. Yeah. Comments are hilarious. Grill. Yeah, it's a perfect starter grill, and I think he's going to have great success. It's one that you can't screw up. And I do think, Tom, when you were mentioning this the other day, we had a comment on Twitch here. I can see it now. He's going to press the ignite button a couple times and think it's broken. He did something wrong, and he's going to lean in, and all of a sudden, whoosh, ball of flame.
He seriously
no more eyebrows.
Needs to do some research here on just being safe with propane and a grill.
Yeah.
If you've never done it, you're ignorant and you jump right in.
Right, yeah. And the starters can always be a little bit finicky, right?
Yeah.
So you don't just throw the match in. You got to get one of the long lighters. Yeah.
I've done that for fun.
What, throw the match in?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, how much lighter fluid can you put on charcoal? How far can you throw that match?
Now, you said the comments were great.
Oh, the comments were epic. Let me go back here because they're obviously some of them are not even commenting on the grill. They're commenting on what meats are you planning on breaking it in with? Hot dogs with a side of overgrown weeds.
Oh, they were ripping his landscaping.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Did you see Tom in Flat Rock? He's a regular texter to this show and regular listener to the station. He did like an AI spoof, and it was just overgrown weeds engulfing this brand new grill. Yeah, people were killing him.
His lawn didn't look that bad.
No, it didn't, Jeremy.
Don't
worry about
it. Don't worry about that.
This landscaping is horrific, my man. The guy, I said, I'm calling him kid. The guy has 3 kids.
Young kids.
Pulling weeds is probably not at the top of his list right now. So maybe gift him a bottle of Roundup.
There you go. It says burgers on the flat top grill, no flare up, very juicy. He should start with that. But it's
the juicy can make for the flare ups if you don't know how to adjust the flames.
But that's what he said on a flat top.
Oh, on a Blackstone?
Yeah, but that's not what Jeremy's got.
No, he doesn't have a Blackstone. No, but you can get a cast iron and put it on top and then do it that way, which would be awesome.
I don't think he's ready for that yet, but
do some. You could. This is where as long as you got enough butter, you do the veggies on the side. Mm-hmm. Can be edible.
You eat vegetables?
I said it can be edible.
John, you got my 5-year-old dying laughing in the car. As soon as we put the radio on, we hear nobody wants a burnt wiener.
It's all about timing. That's true.
If you have a second rack that is higher, place the hot dogs there to avoid burning. Gives a nice grill mark when plump. If you don't, use indirect heat.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want the burnt wiener, but you do want the plump one, right?
All depends on your rack. 248-539-9797. We are going to get to what John's hearing ahead of Lions training camp. Hard pivot here. Could be dramatic. I think Lions fans will want to listen up.
Never mind.
You're good.
Good call.
You're full of drama.
Colin like shrimp on the grill?
Oh, boy. 97.1. You are full of drama today. I
am?
You found something in one of your kids' rooms. We'll get to that at 8:35.
Yeah, something has been exposed.
That's 8:35. Uh-oh. And you're also hearing about some potential drama with Lions training camp.
Yeah. A little bit of the inside scuttle is that there is a chance that Jahmyr Gibbs is looking at running back deals, the contracts that the Lions have handed out, when they've handed them out, and says, I'm next in line, and if I don't get my contract before camp, I may be a hold in or hold out, however you want to talk about it, not practicing until he gets a new deal. And I mean, I understand where he's coming from. I also understand where the Lions are coming from in regards to possibly waiting it out, see what he looks like after a year of being the bell cow. But they've made that comment. They got rid of David Montgomery. They need him now more than ever for the success of this season, especially with a revamped offensive line, new play caller. They need Jahmyr Gibbs more now than they ever have before, and he does have increased leverage in regards to demanding a new contract.
You're our very own Adam Schefter here. Potential holdout.
Yeah.
Sources tell John Jansen. Because I haven't seen this anywhere. This isn't surprising, though.
No, it's not. And so I texted you guys that yesterday, and you're like, are you willing to say that? I'm like, well, I don't think it's necessarily groundbreaking news, other than I have heard it from
people,
sources close to the team, where I don't think anybody would be surprised if he missed a couple of days. And I think I know you are of the mindset that, hey, it's okay, put him in bubble wrap. Just don't let him play until the first game.
So I don't bat an eye at this. In fact, I thought they were going to already have the deal done because that's who they are. I'm pleasantly surprised that they may be drawing a line in the sand going, well, hold on, you're about to be a bell cow. You might have a 400-touch season. We want to make sure that the engine still runs. We want to make sure that the tires still have air in them. We want to see how you hold up. We got 2 years left, this year and the fifth-year option, that we are already owed to you. If they drew the line in the sand of, hey, we're not paying him this year, I think that would be wise. See how he holds up. And if Jameer's response is, well, I'm not going to take unnecessary risks in the preseason, to that I say, cool, I'm on the same side as you are. I don't want you taking unnecessary bumps and bruises in the preseason. Bubble wrap him and have him ready to go for the Saints.
Right, but what are the dynamics involved in having a guy hold out where you do have a new play caller? You've got Cade Mays up front, who's going to go to dinner with me, with Penei Sewell and Blake Miller. Like you and Blake Miller himself. Like, you've got new components up front, and blocking for different running backs, there's a different way that you do it. You get a feel for, hey, when a play is called to go, it's 24, right? It's an easy one, full, the tailback into the 4-hole. Well, what does that mean for Jahmyr Gibbs? Because it would have been different for David Montgomery. Now he's no longer here, which again makes it that much more important to figure out what that means. How does he approach it? How does Jahmyr Gibbs see it? And then how does that affect what I'm doing up front? How does the defense react when it's him in the backfield?
Can you give me an example? Like when you played, like, I got to block this differently for this back versus this back. What does that actually look like?
Sure. Like when I was blocking for Stephen Davis, he was a guy that loved to keep all his runs front side. Now, he would cut it back. It was all determined by what the defense did, but he had a propensity to keep things more front side, which meant I had to make sure that I got better movement if it was coming right behind me. If it was Clinton Portis, he liked to cut things back. That's, he was more like when it was with, the Broncos, It was more stretched to the front side and then cut back. So then instead of getting more movement up front, I would bait my defender into, hey, I want to get him to overplay to the front side. I'd wheel him, and then all of a sudden, hey, Clinton Portis cuts in behind me or my guard or even back behind the center and left guard. So
your technique is dependent on which back is in the game.
It can be. That's one factor. It's not the determining factor. Most of what the factor is where the defense is lined up. I'm not going to try and stretch a guy that's a 4-eye, which means he's inside.
Yeah.
So, and your running backs are going to see that as well. But again, it's, how am I going to handle that 4-eye? And it may just be more, it's Jahmyr Gibbs trying to get a comfort level for how is Blake Miller going to block this play?
Right, because there is some reshuffling. Sewell is playing left. Miller is new at right. Mays is new at center.
Yeah. And what type of calls am I getting from Cade Mays? How is that communication? All of those things, and it goes to pass protection. Like, what are the strengths and weaknesses? Where are guys coming free? What are the odds that I'm going to have to help out? My responsibility may be to help out Blake Miller, but hey, he's got this guy locked up, so I'm going to go inside to Tate Ratledge. And it just, if you can anticipate those things quicker, it helps the entire offense run a little bit more productive.
I guess what I'm saying, though, is if we start, quote, a little rusty in the run game, it's still a team I think should win a dozen games. They'll be hitting their stride come playoff time. I don't need Gibbs rolling an ankle in the preseason anyway. If he wants to hold out a practice, training camp even, it doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't concern me at all.
Right, but how far does it go? How far is he willing to stretch this holdout? And then what does that do to the relationship between Jahmyr Gibbs and Brad Holmes? How much of the thought of wanting to be able to get something done, whether it's in the season, it's after the season, going into his 5th year, is Jahmyr Gibbs now thinking, well, they're just going to use me and tag me,
right? Because they could really have him for 3 more years without making a long-term commitment if they want. I mean, they could play out the final year of his rookie deal. His 5th-year option has already been picked up, and if they still haven't come to terms, they could tag him, which is a 1-year risk. It's not signing a guy to a 4 or 5-year deal. How much of this, too, is the Bijan Gibbs staring contest? I want to make more than him, so I'm going to wait it out.
I know there's been a little bit of that going on. I don't believe that's a factor at all. It's running backs want to get guaranteed money. And for Gibbs to think, well, I'm going to wait for Bijan. I've got this great deal in front of me, but I'm going to wait for Bijan because I want to add another $1 million to it, or I want to add another $500,000 to it. Like you're talking about big numbers, but in the context of the contract, it's more about how many years are guaranteed. Yes. How much money am I going to get before I turn age 30?
How do you guys feel about a potential holdout from Jahmyr Gibbs? 248-539-9797. The Lions typically take care of their guys early, and their philosophy has been, we actually save money in the long run doing it because these guys are really good, and if they stack more seasons and the cap goes up, we pay more. They are typically proactive.
Right.
It's worth pointing out they haven't done it with Branch or Laporta, some injury questions there. They did it with Jack Campbell. Gibbs is the one that is healthy that we thought would be next, and as of today has not been extended.
Right. So they did it with Jack Campbell. He was just the latest. They've done it with Amon-Ra St. Brown, Aleem McNeil, Aiden Hutchinson, Penei Sewell. Like you go down the list of guys, and they've gotten all of them done early, and now and the fact that they have this reserve that Jared Goff redid his contract, and they still have space under the cap to make it possible.
One other distinction, I guess, as I'm thinking through it, Jack Campbell technically only had 1 year left on his deal because they did not pick up the 5th. The fact that they picked up the 5th, and it's just good cap math, gives them the flexibility to wait if they choose to on Gibbs.
It was the same with Amon-Ra St. Brown, right, going into the last year of his contract. But with Penei Sewell, it was a year, or they had 2 years left on the deal.
And they rolled it in.
Same with Hutch. Now, it was in the season, but...
And I think the running back position is just different. I mean, that's just the difference in all of this. You feel like, hey, a tackle could play a dozen years, right?
Yeah.
I mean, an edge player, even with the busted up leg, we think is going to end up playing a decade plus. Running backs, you just don't know. When you start making 5-year commitments or 4 or 5-year commitments, or you start guareeing $75, $80 million to guys, you get concerned. Not that I think...
Well, that concern is on both sides. Well, if I'm not going to have the 10 years, 12 years, then I want to get paid now.
Which is what leads to potential holdouts.
Hold-ins.
Or hold-ins. And a small version of this with Anzalone. There's a lot more money at stake with Gibbs. Tom, when you hear this, what's your read?
I let him hold out. It really doesn't bother me at all. I get him taking his stance, and he wants to get paid now. The question is does he pull a Chris Jones and take this into week
into
1?
The season, right?
You know, that's where it changes a little bit because all of a sudden you got Pacheco and
as your lead back.
Yeah. Is he willing to do that with 2 years remaining on his contract? Usually you see it with 1 year remaining. I'm not extending him. I think it is such poor business to extend a running back 2 years in advance.
Yep.
At that kind of money. You know, somebody texted in and they compared it to Kirby Joseph. Oh, you're going to pay him, but not Gibbs. You're not looking at all the facts. Joseph's contract is very friendly to the Lions. It's also not paying him that kind of money either.
Right.
I just think...
And Joseph didn't have a 5th-year option that you could use as an additional, you could wait.
And then right after John broke this news...
Insider.
You used the term bell cow.
Yeah, that's what Campbell said.
I want to see what he looks like without David Montgomery.
If he touches it 400 times this season, which I think is on the table. I mean, he plays 2/3 of the snaps when Montgomery was here last year. If he's playing 70% of the snaps and he carries it and catches it to the tune of almost 400 touches, I want to see how he holds up before I hand him $80 million in guarantees.
In the world of just equal fairness and not reading into anything other than that, there's no reason why he shouldn't be treated just like St. Brown was. But it's the position.
The position. That's the difference.
That's what you got to realize.
No, and that's draw the distinction here. He's as dynamic a player. I think he's going to have a huge season, and that might be the trade-off. He goes out and puts together a 2,000 all-purpose season and says, back up the Brinks truck, because now I am in the last year of my deal.
I just, this thing should be taken to the tag. It's the right way to do things. It's not nice. It's mean. It's cutthroat. It's not doing to Jahmyr Gibbs what you've done to all the other guys. But it's a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Are the Lions willing to use the tag? If you're not functioning like every other NFL team.
When's the last time they used the franchise tag?
I couldn't tell you.
But do you want to get to
a villain?
The franchise tag? And let's play it out. I understand the risk on both sides. Where, hey, we take it through this year. You've got the 5th-year option. You've got the year of the franchise tag. And now all of a sudden, if he is still all-world, now you're not looking at just extending him for another year because you're not going to put the tag on him for a second time. You can, but you're not going to. Are you then extending him for 3 years?
What Tom's saying is you could give him 1,200 touches and then let his body do what it's going to do.
I mean, didn't the Vikings run it all the way to the end with Dalvin Cook?
Yeah.
I think it's a similar situation, like a similar type of running back.
So
my opinion is that running backs like him don't age as well.
The quick twitch?
Yeah.
Because, boy, he can be a blur in the open field, Jahmyr
Right,
Gibbs.
yeah, sure. The 0 to 60. What happens if he's, 0 to 50?
You start getting some mechanical issues.
Yeah.
Last time the Lions used a franchise tag was Ziggy Ansah, 2018. I mean, Tom,
Great, I picked Bob Quinn's decision as something to circle.
But I think you. But I think
that's your standard.
But I think you were going somewhere. You're going to wear the villain hoodie.
Yeah.
A villainous way to conduct business would be, hey, man, you got 2 years under contract right now. We'll see you in camp. We'll see you on Sundays. The villainous way to run this is, buddy, we're not extending you right now. Not this offseason. We'll revisit it later. And I guess to this point, they haven't done it, so we'll see. 248-539-9797. Calls coming in, text to read. And then, what did John find in one of his kids' rooms? 835, 97.1.
Hey, Detroit, Tigers baseball is in full swing, and there's nothing better than a warm night, a great game, and an ice-cold Surfside. It's iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea, super refreshing and perfect for the season. And as a proud partner of the Detroit Tigers, Surfside is right there with you all summer long. Plus, it's only 100 calories, just 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. So it's super easy to sip all game long. The iced tea and lemonade variety packs are so good. Just look for Surfside Sunset Stripes. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Listen up. At Moran Chevrolet, you get the best price, period. And when I say it, it's because they do deals like this. You can lease the new Silverado for $159 a month. You heard me right. MoranExpress.com. At Moran Chevrolet, current Chevy lessees can lease a 2026 Chevrolet Silverado starting at $159 per month. That's 24 months, $19.99 total out of pocket. No employee discount required. The offer is only good through today, July 17th. I've been telling you about it all week. It's Friday. Make sure you get over there and take advantage of it. They're on Gratiot, just north of 15 Mile in Clinton Township. That's Moran Chevrolet, where you always get the best price, period. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Did John find a sticky sock? Gross.
Oh,
no.
God.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
Jeez.
Why would you even read that one?
Oh.
You know this. I'm Ron Burgundy. Tom brings it in. I read it.
Oh, baloney. Always get the blame.
Oh, man.
I have no control. It's out of my hands. 8:35, we'll get to it. You brought this up, some drama for Lions training camp. I'm sorry to do that to you, buddy. I'm not. Could Gibbs hold out? You're hearing some things. He doesn't have a long-term deal. He does have 2 years under contract, which is why I would stick up for the Lions if they draw their line in the sand. And if he wants to hold out, I would actually say good. Good. Don't put the tread on your tire in the preseason. We need you in the regular season because you're about to be the bell cow. You could have 400 touches. We'll talk payday later. Now you worry about festering a relationship, a slow start, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think the right business decision is to not jump the gun and pay Jahmyr Gibbs right now. And if he doesn't want to practice, cool, that's fine with me.
Normally I agree, but you got to weigh all the factors. And the fact that you have a revamped offensive line, new play caller, who also, yes, he can watch the film and he can see what Jahmyr Gibbs does, but he also needs, as a play caller, needs to be able to see it behind this line and figure out what it is this year that's going to be the sweet spot for Gibbs, for this O-line, and how they're going to approach the season.
So let me get this straight. The Lions are going to pay Kirby freaking Joseph early and then hold out on Jahmyr Gibbs. What a bunch of knuckleheads. Gibbs is brilliant. You said it. Are we really going to lead with Pacheco? This team has Super Bowl designs again. Fixed O-line. Holmes can't let this be a distraction. He will come to a quality understanding one way or another so Gibbs feels respected. I believe Holmes can't risk the chemistry, Mike in South Lyon. Says, yeah, boys, this strategy worked out well for the Giants and Barkley.
I mean, the chemistry thing. My example was Chris Jones a couple years ago, who went to the Super Bowl.
He missed a game, right?
Yes, he missed the Lions game, the Asterisk game.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. He's such a jerk.
I'm sure Tirico appreciated that.
Yeah.
He loves when we bring that
Sorry,
up.
Mike.
Hey, he's in Scotland, I think.
Oh, we're fine.
Yeah. The Odyssey app works over there,
Shut
right?
What's funny is that's what happened when I told my wife I wanted to see it. She's like, it's a movie about your work? No, it's the Odyssey, not the Odyssey.
Glad your wife called you out. That's amazing.
Guys, we know we're signing Gibbs. It's not like Anzalone where we didn't want to pay more. Why are we creating a weird environment? Just get the deal done. So there are people who are on Team Gibbs here.
Right, and there's still plenty of time. It's not like we don't know whether they are in discussions, whether it's, hey, it's just a matter of when we're announcing it, when it's going to be done. But I would say this. From what I heard, I would not anticipate that he thinks it's just a matter of announcing it. Still work to be done.
It needs to get closer to a deal. If we sign him to a 4-year deal, which is essentially 3 guaranteed, we could wipe out the 5th year. And we really only commit an extra 2 years, which isn't bad at all. Look, there's some ways for them to get creative with this because the 5th year is fully guaranteed and a potential franchise tag would be fully guaranteed. So if you view this in 3-year chunks, you say, well, we're paying him this year. We're willing to pay him a couple more guaranteed. can we use those numbers to work out a framework to get him a shorter term deal that isn't year to year, which would make him happy?
But it's also, as Brad Holmes has talked about, hey, you start paying these guys and you've got to figure out when the cap hits happen.
Good point.
And the 5th year is a full cap hit on that year. The franchise tag is a full cap hit on that year.
So he's saying if you sign him to a 4-year deal now,
you can spread the cap hit out, you can guarantee a little bit more money and do something that works for both.
Because he's essentially operating with a 3-year deal right now with club control.
Correct.
With the franchise tag. You guys are crazy. Gibbs is a generational running back. He's the most elite skill player we have on the number 1 offense going into the season. # sign him. This is going to be something to watch for.
Yeah, keep an eye on it.
Put this on our radar. Heather, let's get to the news. Good morning.
Good morning. This news is brought to you by Fusion Energy. Well, the man behind this proposed $3 billion sports and entertainment complex in Romulus is now facing federal fraud charges. So federal prosecutors say this 66-year-old man, Kenneth Bardwell, who is the chairman and CEO of Motown Sports Group Holdings, told investors that their money would be used to buy land for this massive development near Detroit Metro Airport. Like, it was going to have everything.
Right. It sounded amazing.
I mean, anything you can think of basically was going to be here. All these sports fields, a restaurant, an IMAX, a daycare, a gym, like the list goes on and on. It was going to be pretty cool. But instead, investigators say that this guy spent millions of dollars on things like strip clubs, luxury retail purchases, rental cars, and other personal expenses. The FBI says nearly $4 million was deposited into the company's accounts over about 2 years, with most of it quickly being withdrawn. Now, Romulus's mayor says that the city initially supported the idea of this project, but became concerned about the legitimacy and referred those concerns to federal investigators. So the FBI is now asking anyone who may have invested money with Motown Sports Group or this man to come forward as the investigation continues.
It's so disappointing because it was going to be a really cool facility.
Really cool.
And for those of us who have kids that are in travel sports, like going down to Grand Park just outside of Indianapolis, to have one of those in our own backyard, not to even think about what that means for the economy here, bringing that money here, but for parents, like to be able to travel to just outside Metro, not to travel, but to actually perform versus going down to Grand Park was exciting.
Yeah. If you were expecting a big decision on Michigan Athletic Director Ward Manuel this week, it didn't happen. So during Thursday's Board of Regents meeting, Manuel's future was not discussed, despite days of speculation that the board could obviously address his status following the university's independent investigation into the athletic department. ESPN reports that the meeting focused on other university business, and there were no public discussions of either Manuel's job or the findings of the investigation.
Are you getting it yet? There's nothing to see here.
Apparently so. Today's forecast is kind of an interesting one. We still have a heavy dose of the wildfire smoke. It doesn't feel as thick as yesterday, but you can definitely still smell it.
Yeah.
John, my gosh.
You can
the
smell
air,
it.
Good Lord. The air doesn't feel as smoky, as hazy, but yeah.
You can still notice it.
You can. Anyway.
You can, yes. You can still see it. You can smell it. It's
Taste
there.
it.
The air quality levels are expected to stay in the hazardous to very unhealthy levels today.
What's the AQI?
But we do have some relief. I read somewhere that it was like 447 in Detroit this morning. The winds are going to shift. We'll start, blowing some of that smoke out.
Well, it's already getting better. It's 318 now in Southfield. It's getting better.
There we go. So later this afternoon and tonight, we're going to see a difference. But then we got chances of rain, some scattered storms, and then the winds are going to shift again and could blow that smoke back into the state on Saturday. But that's not going to linger around for too long. By Sunday, it should clear up yet again.
What does that mean for the heat dome? Do we finally have a crack in the heat dome?
That's cooler.
It didn't feel as hot outside. I just ran out to my car. It didn't feel as hot out there.
Good.
Yeah.
Be very careful.
Let's see, what else do I have here? If you ever wished you could guarantee an empty middle seat on a flight, United Airlines is about to make that possible.
Okay.
for a price, obviously. So the airline has announced this new Economy Plus seating option that replaces the middle seat. It doesn't replace it. The seat is still there, but it has like a shared table. So the window seat and the aisle seat would have all this extra room with a shared table, obviously giving them way more space. Now, the new setup will debut on United's new Airbus A321 XLR aircraft with one specially designed row featuring the open middle space. They haven't released the pricing yet, but the seats are expected to go on sale later this year. United says it's also looking at expanding the concept into more planes in the future. They say it's going to be the first U.S. carrier to offer this type of seating.
So the thought is that both seats would basically share the expense of that middle seat.
Yes.
And so it will be, in theory, less than a first class seat, but more than... Like the Delta Plus, or Delta has the Comfort Plus.
Yes, more than that, I would imagine.
It'd be somewhere, in that range.
It's cool.
That's cool.
Trying to thread the needle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if as a couple traveling, it's always great to have just more room.
Well, some
more
people
space.
try to strategize for this. They'll book
a window seat and an aisle seat
and hope that no one takes the middle.
Yeah.
But then if they do, then
you're stuck with a random person in the middle.
Though. You could offer to trade then at that point.
Yeah, but then is it you or your wife that's sitting in the middle seat?
The smaller person should sit in the middle, right?
You would.
So Colin would sit in the middle.
I knew where you were going with that.
I don't think John knew that's where I was going with it.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I was.
No,
I'm innocent.
Look, that segment could have gone off the rails even more.
We'll just
move on. Someone wants to know. Someone wants to know if you found like Ohio State gear in one of your kids' homes or something.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, boy.
Ejection.
Nothing that bad.
Yes. Get yourself a hotel room.
97.1.
Hey, you could be a great driver doing everything right and still get hit, and maybe you never even saw it coming. That's life on the road these days, especially with more people out in the nice weather. You get bikes, motorcycles, summer traffic's picking up, construction everywhere. If you're injured, call David Firmino and the Accident Response Team. They're going to help you right away, and David will fight to get you what you deserve. When you're in an accident, get the right team in your corner. Give David a call at 855-65-CRASH. That's 855-65-CRASH, or on the web at getdavidgetpaid.com.
9:02, we have some audio from MLB insiders talking about our team and the trade deadline. Well, wait to hear what they have to say about Tarik Skubal. John?
What'd I find?
What'd you find?
So we had a little play date the other night for Teddy, and Teddy's going to Young Fives, and we know another individual that's going to be in there. So we thought, hey, let's get the boys together. Let's let them play. And they brought over there too. And we had a great time. And the kids are playing. We sent them upstairs to, Teddy wanted to show them his room and all the toys up there. And they're playing. And all of a sudden I'm like, hey, it's about time for dinner. So let's go get the kids. And I go up there and they had raided one of the other kids' rooms.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. And so there was a discussion with Teddy about, what's yours is yours, but you have to ask permission to go in other rooms, blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
And I'm cleaning things up, and then all of a sudden I look on the ground and I thought, that's not the one that I remember. And it was a fake ID.
Oh.
And so there are 4 outside of my wife and I's, 4 other drivers in the house. And this one, and none of them are yet 21. And so I thought, this is interesting. Oh, well, good find there, Teddy. All right, now I'm maybe not so upset. And so it's not necessarily about how I handled it. I handled it in a, I think, mature dad way. But I have this question because I brought this up the other day, and Heather, you brought up the fact that you had a fake ID.
Heck yeah,
I talked to Lisa, and she said she had one. I didn't have one.
No.
And never even considered getting one. But
well, you are a scholarship athlete. You couldn't risk that.
Well, I don't know. I didn't even. Just what didn't enter my mind at the time. And so, the question is, did you have one? How'd you get it? Was it realistic? Now this one looked real.
I'm sure they've gotten better.
Yeah.
For sure.
Did you ever get caught?
I feel like a lot of people I don't know a lot of young people these days anymore, but the ones that I do know, family members that are in college, I think a lot of young people have fake IDs now. I think it's a lot more common, but I don't think it has ever been uncommon. I was always the youngest in my class. Almost everyone I graduated with is a year older than me. I was just young. So everyone turned 21 and I was just kind of left in the dust. And I was like, well, shoot, everyone's going to bars and I can't go with them. So I did have a fake ID in college. And I remember, we took the picture against the wall. This is when I was in, must have been a sophomore because I was living in the sorority. And I took a picture against the wall. And I don't know how I found this guy, but he made them there on campus. It's probably $100. And I was trying to find it. I know I still have it. It said I was from Virginia Beach, and it was a little wonky. The barcode was slightly askew. It just wasn't quite right. It didn't scan or anything. It wouldn't function, but it got me into the bars in East Lansing, and I never tried it at another bar outside because I was too nervous that it would just get taken away or I'd get caught and
arrested and
the
worst
possible.
Well, I don't think so either.
It'd get confiscated. You get turned away, and it's well, shoot. Now I'm really left in the dust.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if that's the only consequence, worth the risk, right? You just get turned away, a place you couldn't go anyway.
Yeah,
but there's always the threat of something more happening.
I was willing to break a little bit of rules, but I didn't want to get in trouble, big trouble like that. So I was too scared to use it at a sophisticated bar.
Yeah.
A real bar.
A real bar.
Yeah. Lisa talked about hers and she was like, yeah, we got it back. And there was nothing that looked real about it.
Yeah. Does she still have hers?
I don't think so. I didn't ask her if she still had it. But she was just like, I don't think she does because she was like, she ended up never even using it because it was so poorly done.
Yeah.
Now, did you memorize the address? Because they'd ask you, right?
I'm pretty sure I used my home address.
So everything on it was true. It's just
all
the date.
The numbers were right. The street was mine, but the state obviously was different. Yeah. And I think I used my real name. I can't remember changing my name. And it never got caught, but I've been with people who have gotten caught using like their siblings' ID. One day I remember this is at State, we were going into a bar and my girlfriend had her sister's ID. They looked a lot alike.
Yeah.
But the bouncer was like, all right, what's your sign? And she goes, I don't even know my own sign.
Right.
And he was like, you're out of here.
Oh, wow.
Because
she gave it
clearly
away.
gave it away. She was like, I don't know my own sign. Yeah.
Let alone this fake ID sign.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
She got out. But no, did you ever have one?
No, I was a goody two shoes. I didn't have a fake ID.
Oh. Huh.
I knew people who did. I've seen the dance at the bar where you try to get away with it.
Yeah.
Kasu was a goody two shoes. He just had someone buy his beer for him.
Right.
Well, that's the thing. You just do more like college, like apartment parties, house parties. And
where somebody finds a way to get it and they bring
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mount
the
Pleasant
party.
doesn't have bars, do they?
How dare you?
It's like
The Bird is the place to
a
be on a
four-way
Thursday.
stop, and
What
that's
was
it.
that?
Right.
Like the Wayside? What was up there?
So the Wayside is, yes, an
Was that
option.
a bar? I can't
more,
remember.
More of like a club, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Oh, a club.
Yeah. But it's hard in terms of
That's all I
bars.
remember.
What does that even mean up there?
Like people dance and stuff. They had like cages.
Out
Oh, they
at
had
the club.
cages?
Oh, they had cages.
Cages.
That
Wow.
must have been.
Did you go there with a bunch of dollar bills?
No, John. But if you wanted a bar, Blackstone or the Bird would be the Mount Pleasant
all
bars
right.
you'd want
So
to go to.
I got a great story about a friend and a fake ID. So me and two friends, one of them had a fake ID. We went to a Tigers game at Tiger Stadium, and he had a fake ID, and it worked there. He could buy beers.
Oh, yeah.
for
Wow.
us. So we had a few. Went to the game, and then we're like, let's go to Canada after.
Oh, no.
And so we were between 19 and 21. And so we're going up to the bar. I get in. My friend gets in. My idiot friend with the fake ID tried using his fake ID instead of his real ID.
Because you can get in over
He
there.
could get in with his real ID. And he got it taken away. And we said, screw you. You're such an idiot. We're still going in for a little bit.
Good for you.
Did he
guys.
try then to use his real one?
They just
said
wouldn't let him.
Yeah, they're like, you're a fraud.
Did he try to go to like a different bar?
We didn't do that. It was kind of late already because we
Okay.
went to the Tiger game.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we were trying to be responsible too.
Yeah.
You know. And then I had one once, and it was very brief because I got it taken away the second time.
Mm-hmm.
Second time you
But
used
the
it?
picture had glasses. The dude had glasses, and I put on glasses.
You had glasses to match the
I
ID.
got glasses to go in.
So it wasn't you. It was somebody else's ID? Or was it
Yes.
a genuine fake ID?
No, it was somebody I knew. They
Okay.
had turned 21 and
Yeah.
whatever. And I can't remember exactly how it went down,
Yeah.
but he wore glasses in his picture. So when I got into this place, I put on glasses before. I had a disguise.
I can't
Hair.
picture you with glasses.
Yeah. Did it have the nose and mustache attached to it as well?
No,
little toupee.
My gosh.
Yeah.
I
the
had
problem
some
was it
hair
got-
then,
He's got a whole outfit.
bastard.
No, but that would be one way you could get around and be like, yeah, I just shaved my head yesterday.
Right.
Classic.
You know, yeah, it's just that's why it looks different.
You knew this would do well. Look at the lines.
Oh,
We're going to
yeah.
get to you people coming up next. 248-539-9797. Fake IDs. We'll get to Tiger updates, some audio from insiders at 9:02. It's 97.1.
Hey, if you're thinking about a new truck this month, I'm going to give you a couple of reasons why I think a Ram truck should be right at the top of your list. And we'll start with number one. Ram truck lease deals at every Metro Detroit Ram dealer are exceptional right now. I've seen the Ram side by side with other trucks, and I've driven a Ram. I'm driving one now, and for power, there's really no comparison. You could choose from Ram's legendary 5.7 Hemi V8, or you go with the one I chose. It's a 420 horsepower Hurricane engine. If you want a little bit more, they always have something more. They got the 540 horsepower Hurricane. Now, let me ask you a question. Why would you trust any full-size pickup at any price if you want to use it as a pickup with a 4-cylinder engine? Can't tow, can't haul, can't work, can't play. Full-size Ram 1500 is built right here in Sterling Heights. Ram has a 5-link coil suspension. All it's going to take is one test drive, and you're going to feel how much smoother a Ram is. And here's one I think is real important. You spend some time in your truck for comfort, just go sit in a Ram, and I know you're going to feel the difference. Right now, the lease payments on a new Ram truck at every Metro Detroit Ram dealer are phenomenal. So are their financing offers for well-qualified buyers. All you got to do is pull into your Metro Detroit Ram dealer today and tell them I sent you. That's who you seal? That's amazing. Awesome. I told that story to the kids as we were discussing this at home. And I'm like, well, at least you didn't choose McLovin. And they looked at me cross-eyed.
They didn't know what it was. They didn't get the
and
reference.
One of them did. But I'm like, okay, family movie night. Gonna have to watch that one.
John found a fake ID, one of the kids' rooms. We're gonna get to the phones. Let's go to Jerry in Dearborn. Jerry, good morning.
Hey guys, good morning. I had to call in with this story because my brother's a legend because of it, and it's 100% true. So I am 5 years older than my brother. So when I turned 21, he turned 16. So shortly after I turned 21, he gets the bright idea to walk into Secretary of State with one of my high school yearbooks and my library card, and he gets my license with his picture on it. No lie. He had the
Yearbook.
perfect fake ID from 16 to 21. And the funniest part was he said when he was waiting for it to show up in the mail, he had to make sure he got to the mail before my mom did, or else it would have been lights out for him. And so I got to give him all the props in the world for just doing something that could never be done today. Those days, that was back in 1985.
Oh yeah, I was just saying. Think about the going with your high school yearbook to prove your identity.
Card.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. He did it all, and he gave the license to me afterwards, so I have the license sitting on my dresser at home.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's cool. If people still have these fake IDs, that's awesome.
Yes.
Brian in Livonia, you're next. You're on 97.1.
Good morning, guys. So 4 of us would go to Canada every weekend. 2 of us were 19, and my 2 buddies were 18. They had fake IDs. We always stayed the night, tried to be responsible. One time coming home at the bridge, a young guy, we gave them all of our real IDs. And the gentleman said, "Oh, you 2 are only 18. What'd you guys do last night?" And they said, "We just stay in the hotel and watch TV," and which obviously didn't. And he arrested the 2 18-year-olds, my 2 buddies, put them in cuffs. We're sitting in the police station, the border, and for about an hour and a half, that guy's boss comes in, says, "What's up with these 2? He said, "They're only 18. I know they got fake IDs on them. We got them." The boss says, "Get them out of here, you idiot." We got bigger fish to fry, but they got detained and cuffed and everything right at the bridge.
Oh, wow. Yes. And I'm sure a little bit of indigestion while that was going on as well.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah. We were worried.
Well, you couldn't have been worried, right? You're 19.
Oh, we were laughing, but we were worried for them.
Yes.
We still laugh to this. We still laugh to this day about it.
I bet. That's great.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, I bet you we get a bunch of stories about not only the bars but the border.
Oh, sure. Yeah, because it's so close. Because there are, like, Heather, you were talking about this. You were the younger one in your grade.
Yes.
So everyone else turned 21 before you. And what are you going to do? It's the same thing going across the border. Even though you can get into bars, you can buy beer at 19. If you've got a buddy that's 18 or a friend that's 18, you still got to do it. It's just a little bit more risky if you're doing it internationally.
How about this? Derek says, tried fake ID on the wrong person. What does that mean? You're on 97.1.
Hi, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Love you guys. Listen to you every single day. I'm starting to stop listening to music. I just listen to all you guys.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
So I have the coolest older brother in the world. He just can't fail. He's always got to be the hero. He's always got to be cool, especially when it comes to me. I got a wrestling scholarship out of Monroe into D2 school in Iowa. So he wanted me to go off in style. He lost one of his driver's license, got a new one, and then found it in front of my friends before I left. He just tossed me and said, "You might need that." It worked all year. It was great. I came back home to Pete's Garage, a bar in our hometown. I tried using it on a server. She looked at it for 4 seconds
asked me if I was sure if I was Jordan. I told her, yeah. 10 minutes later, my brother walked up, and she walked up and said, you might want to know who your brother's sleeping with before you use his ID.
Oh! Did you ask her if she wanted to upgrade?
Oh, no, I was just like trembling, and then she put the beer on the table and said, don't say I didn't do anything for you, and my brother was hysterical laughing.
Oh.
It was like just seeing the fear on your face was everything.
That's good. That's good.
That's awesome.
Wow.
You sure you're Jordan? Yeah. She would know. Rob in Ann Arbor, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. I've got a great story. So I was 17 years old. Girlfriend at the time and I decided we were actually going to drive to Toronto in a day and back, day trip to Toronto, to go to this shop that was selling fake IDs. So we make the day trip out. We get the IDs. They were like $100 a piece or whatever. They scan. They do everything. We go across the street, go to Hard Rock Cafe, get some drinks, and we start making the trip back home. And we get to the border. And, of course, border is starting to question, why are you guys doing a day trip to Toronto? So they start asking questions, what were you doing? Told them I actually went to the Hockey Hall of Fame.
There you
and
go.
they're like, who's the first guy on the left when you walk in?
Oh.
And I'm like, Wayne Gretzky. So they pull us out. They keep us in the border. They rip the car apart. They end up finding the IDs.
Where'd you hide them?
We did. I think we just had them in in her purse, my girlfriend's purse or something. We did. Yeah, obviously we weren't expecting to get caught. So they flip everything. They pull us apart for hours. We're getting harassed. They end up finding some other paraphernalia. I won't mention what.
No.
Long story short, they actually let us go. They obviously confiscated the IDs, let us go. I ended up getting blacklisted, so I couldn't go back to Canada for like 3 or 4 years after that. But, obviously made it out kind of unscathed. Anyway, we get home. We actually send a letter. I don't know if we sent a letter or an email to this company in Toronto. They end up sending us new ones in the mail for free. So we still got away. At the end of the day, we still got away with it. And yeah, they worked for years. They scanned, went to Meijer, wherever. You could go anywhere. It was great.
Wow.
It all worked out.
Didn't have to go back to Canada.
No kidding.
Oh my God. Tearing apart the car. What do you have in here? Well, if you're going to do it, don't take other paraphernalia.
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude. We're at the Hockey Hall of Fame. I'm sure they've heard that a million times.
Right. Who do you see on the left?
Name a hockey player.
Oh, that's a great guess, though.
Yeah, I mean,
Wayne Gretzky.
The great one. He was there. Unbelievable. 97.1. Okay, we got some great texts in addition to great stories on the phones. We do have some Tigers audio. We'll try to squeeze it in before Heather's news in the cookie jar. People talking about Skubal, the deadline, and how the Tigers may approach it. Texters. Damn, Heather, $100 back then? What's that in today's dollars?
Oh,
Who
yeah,
knows?
it's like
but I'm pretty
$1,000
sure it was like $100
for fake ID. I'm 22, just graduated from MSU. Everyone has fake IDs. You can buy them online. They come in the mail as a 2-pack, so if they take one, you still have another.
Sure, you can vote with it too.
How about this? I'm 53 and I want to get fake IDs for San Diego and Las Vegas where you can get local pricing for golf.
Oh.
You want to be a local?
Okay. All right.
As a college freshman, I used my roommate's ID. He was a junior and over 21. Here's the thing, guys. I'm white. He's black. Gotta love bouncers who only look at the birthdays.
That's some big cojones to walk up there,
man.
And the picture is not even of the same race.
Yeah, that's me. Really? You're going to go with that one?
Yeah.
That's you.
Yeah. Well, it's at the end of the summer. What?
Unbelievable. Anthony in Southfield, good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Good. How you doing, man?
Good. So I never had a fake ID, but I worked at many liquor stores, gas stations, and, people try their luck. And thankfully, the local police department would show me how to spot fake IDs. And every time I would, so with a fake ID, you can actually peel the front of the ID. Excuse me. You can peel the front of the ID. So I did that a few times to people. After they would tell me they would call the police on me, and I'd say, go ahead, after I peeled it.
Right, yeah, go ahead and tell on yourself.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And I'd keep the ID, too, for a souvenir.
Oh, so you just got a whole stash of them.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
What's the best one you ever saw, or the best name that you ever saw anybody use?
You know what? I can't remember any of the names, really, but I do remember somebody doing the same thing as what you guys were just talking about, trying to press their luck about it being a different race.
Oh, really?
Yeah, somebody did try to do that with me.
Huh.
Yeah, exactly. Touchdown, black guy.
Thanks, Anthony.
Unbelievable. The guy on line 3, did you see this? This is a great story. Dino, South Lyon, you're on 97.1.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good. How you doing, man?
I wasn't even listening. A buddy of mine texted me that was part of this situation. Those 97.1's talking about fake ID stores. You got to call in. It's all yours. So the preface, I'm 55 years old. So I was at CMU. I'm 19 years old at the time. And back then, I was taking a foreign language course. I was taking Spanish, and you go to the language lab to get the tapes to listen to. You'd leave your ID at the front. Of course, people would forget their ID from time to time, so they had a table of lost or forgotten IDs. So, of course, I'm scrolling, I'm looking. I find one that I think kind of looks like me. The guy's 21 years old. I'm like, grab it. I'm like, all right, I'm out. So I'm going around town. I'm using this thing everywhere. It's freaking great. Loving it. So we go to this bar. I forget the name of it. It was at the golf course up there. And we're in line. And I'm standing there, and everybody's getting their IDs. We're all underage, of course. And to give my ID to the bouncer, he looks at it, and he goes, hey. Goes the other bouncer, goes, come here, look at this. And then I'm like kind of freaking out a little bit because, dude, where'd you get this? I go, what do you mean? It's me. He goes, no, dude, where did you get this ID? I go, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. He goes, dude, this is my ID. Where did you get it? I'm like, oh, man, I left it in the language lab. I'm out of here. I ran away.
You handed him his own ID?
Yeah. Yeah, I gave the bouncer his own ID that he left at the language.
Wow. That's incredible.
It was hilarious.
Don't you think, obviously, he's not studying the ID, just thought that if this one looks close enough to me, but then you walk up and you're like, hey,
maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't try this on the guy that looks even more like this ID than I do.
He was getting used to getting away with it. He wasn't thinking that much.
Oh, boy.
This is the golden ticket. Don't overthink it.
Yeah.
Tommy, you're on 97.1.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good morning, Tommy.
So, this happened. My brother turned 21 years old, and he and I look quite similar. So, when he turned 21, I got his old ID when he got the new one from Secretary of State. We started going out, bars, bowling alley, whatever the case is, and it worked great for several years. We end up going to a bowling alley, Pampa Lanes. I don't know if you guys remember it, but go to the bar, order us a couple beers, and it's taking the bartender a little bit of time. She's looking at the ID, look at me, look at the ID, no big deal. My brother comes into the bar, puts his arms on my shoulder, and he's like, "Hey, Tom, what's taking so long?"
Oh,
so
no.
Bartender's looking at the ID already and looks at my brother, who obviously looks like his ID a whole lot more than I do. And, yeah, needless to say, I got my ID taken. Thankfully, it was a couple months before I turned 21, so it wasn't a big deal. But, yeah, that was my story of how I got my ID taken away.
He blew your cover.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
A bummer. See, I would have, if I had tried to use my brother's ID, my older brother's ID, it wouldn't have worked because we don't really look.
Yeah.
I mean, some facial features, but he's got red hair.
Oh, yeah, that wouldn't
I
work.
don't.
How tall are your brothers?
So my older brother is about the same height as me. He's maybe an inch shorter. My younger brother is a couple inches shorter.
So not some huge difference like where you try to, this says you're 6'1".
Right. Yeah.
Let me in anyway.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, that's my idea. I've grown since I was 21.
Tom, you said you had a story?
Yeah, I had one more, and it actually was not involved with alcohol. So I was up at State staying with a friend, and we wanted to go play hoops at the intramural center. Well, you had to have a student ID to get in.
Uh-huh.
Well, I borrowed one of his acquaintances' IDs. So you get up there, and he was like, "It doesn't look a lot like you." And I'm going, "No, it's me." And so I said, or he says to me, "Oh, I'm going to ask you a question." He goes, "What's your middle initial?" And I said T, and it was right.
Oh, you just
I took a 1 in 26 stab at the alphabet.
Well, it's not 1 in 26. You're probably not going with Q.
Yeah, all right, Mr. Odds.
Exactly, yeah. Which you're thinking of at the time. If
Let's
you
see
had
here.
said,
J is got minus 1,000 odds.
Right, yes.
Rolling the numbers.
Yeah, you're going full Wheel of Fortune there.
T.
Yeah, RS.
He didn't catch that I said T with a question mark.
Yeah,
T?
T? Is that a statement or a question? Oh, wow. Yeah, so it. Were you as nervous at that point as you were? You're just trying to get into play basketball, right? So the consequences aren't really that. Yeah, but yeah, is the guy not going to let you in to play basketball?
Yeah, it's like the other one. Like if you're trying to get into a bar, technically you can get in some trouble,
right?
If they want.
Yeah.
Well, and I know that the individual that I'm discussing that lives in my house, I know that if you get it confiscated, right? Hey, you walk away, and there's not really that risk of there could be legal consequences, but probably aren't. But I sat there and I went through the whole list of when you graduate and they do a background check, if this is on your background, it might